Hello everyone, Matt and Holly here. We thought we would come at you with a little quick Q&A. We haven't done one in a while and they're always good fun. We always get interesting questions and a few things we might not have talked about in the channel so far. And we're just a little bit behind on content as well, aren't we?
Yeah, so we're still editing the Kangaroo Island film, which hopefully will be released next Sunday. So keep an eye out for that. If it is released, fingers crossed, we've just got to do a few final touches and a bit of tweaking on it.
Yes. So, yeah, we've been really busy. We just got back from the Brizzy 4x4 show. We got a brand new tent installed, Camp King Industries tent. It's amazing, on top of Elsie. And we met a heap of people at the show, so if you did come up and say g'day, really appreciate it. It was lovely meeting people on the other side of the camera. So, yeah, it was really good.
Cool. Okay, let's get into it.
Started. There's some really good ones, actually.
Yeah, okay, so first question. What are your long-term plans?
Long-term plans. All right, so we are doing this full-time at the moment. We don't have any other job. So pretty much we're just trying to make this work. We're trying to make ends meet. It's a very sort of hard little transition phase because we don't have a huge following online. So we can't rely on that solely. So we are doing other work, sort of commercial stuff, real estate, videography and photography. I mean, it's not incredibly fun work. It's definitely not as fun as going out and touring around the country and taking a film, making a film. But, you know, it's bread and butter stuff. We're doing some
stuff for local council, so you might have seen that we have started an Overland media Instagram page, and on that we're just posting again some of the work that we're doing. So we are creating little films for council to promote tourism, so visit Wagga Wagga and visit Snowy Valleys are two that we're working with at the moment, and they're a lot of fun. Quick and easy, not as in-depth as our films that we're creating, but again, it's good to kind of
still a lot of work actually. You can still spend 15 hours, filming a day, it's a big day, but so there's that, and then other long-term plans are obviously we're just going to continue traveling. We really just want to get out. I just feel like we've just been hunkered down here for a while, and we just really want to get out and keep going. Tasmania, that's on the cards.
Outback New South Wales,
Little Sandy Desert in Victoria, Grampians. So we've got heaps of places we want to go to. It's just sort of figuring it all out and getting the time to do it, which will be coming up soon. Yeah. Moving into winter, I think we're going to be able to travel a fair bit.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to be going to it looks like we're going to be going to the Sydney, Adelaide and Perth four-wheel drive shows. Which would be really cool. So nice big road trip in Elsie again. It'll be the second time she's crossed the country.
Yeah.
Long-term plans are just to keep going. Yeah. Moving into the future, eventually would love to get a new car. Just so we have the best of both worlds. I mean, this is not not going to happen in the next few months, but hopefully
in the next year or two.
I mean, who knows? It's just a natural progression of our travels. We want to, have a new car. Maybe get a van later. It's just sort of see what happens and what's most convenient for us. So that's the plan. It's going to keep going, keep grinding at this.
Yeah.
Doing everything we can to avoid going back to a normal job.
Yeah. Okay, so next question. How long did Icons take to film and to edit? Watching it now and thoroughly impressed.
Good question. Yeah, thank you very much. Really good question, actually. So we were living in the Flinders Ranges, which actually allowed us to really know what we wanted to film. We knew where we wanted to go, and I knew that there was certain spots where I'd be able to get a certain shot. So that was actually, it was wrote down pretty much the whole video before we'd even made it. So I had a plan of how I wanted to go, shot list. So that was all wrote down on the phone. And in the video, it actually looks like it's one day after the other, when in actual fact it was filmed over a couple of months and then strung together.
So we pretty much went out so the initial opening shots was done on one day, and then driving up the hill to the lookout, that was then on another time, because the first day we went to go get that sunset, we actually missed it and it was too overcast. So it's quite the power of editing, I guess, the fact that it looked like it was a day after the next, but in actual fact we went out for a day and came back, and then went out for a camp and then came back.
Yeah, and it's pretty funny because the roof rack magically disappeared on Elsie, and the tyres magically changed. So it's actually filmed over a while. As far as editing goes, it did take a while to edit, a good few weeks. of just editing here and there in between when we were working at the pub.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of work in it just in colour grading. So, you know, we shot it in a picture profile, which is like a flat profile on the camera. It doesn't look too good out of camera, but it just means you can work on it later. More of a cinematic sort of a look. So there was that, and then there was all the music, sound design, voiceovers.
Yeah.
So yeah, it had a lot of elements to it. It was months in the making. It took months. But getting that quality of video is going to be hard. Like the Kangaroo Island video we did, we hope, like we've got some really nice shots in it. But whether, it's sort of that little next level that Icons was because we didn't have the opportunity
to know where we were going prior.
So it was on the fly, whereas Icons was planned.
Yeah.
So, thanks. It was so much fun. I'd love to do more films like that. That's the dream. I'd just love to just create nice films like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hopefully that answers your question. Okay, next question. How is the mobile router working for you? Worth a 5G option outside major cities?
Well, I mean, 5G is going to be increasing in the future. So for us in country towns, it's probably a better option for us than NBN.
Yeah.
We haven't got it in Tumut yet, but it will be coming eventually. As far as sort of like, it's actually really surprised us. I've said before, it was a sponsored product. Like they sent it to us and said, give us a go, show it to your audience. And we tested it and it just surprised us. Like it got way better service than Holly's phone, which is on Telstra
as well, yeah.
Like, it's a brand new iPhone 12 and it was picking up way better signal than Holly's phone.
In the same location, yeah.
In the exact same location, and that's without any external antennas. So really interested to see how it performs with some external antennas.
Because we did actually speak to a family at the show and they have an antenna with their router and they said it's great.
Yeah.
Gets really good range, yeah.
Yeah, I mean the one we have is like the top of the range one, but I mean they do like so that's the M5, they do M2s, I think M4s. So there's other options out there if you think I probably don't need the 5G and like the absolute highest, biggest features. I just need a little Wi-Fi network in my caravan or something. Then there's other options. So it's really impressive. We'll be taking it every trip, and we can just load it up with data as we go. So it's a really good little bit of gear.
Okay, next question. Will you do another big lap?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if it'll be like a lap.
But we'll do areas, I guess.
Yeah, because we're in Tumut. We're based here, and we're gonna be doing trips anywhere from 2 days to 2 months. So if we do have a couple of months off traveling, then we'll be able to shoot over to WA or go anywhere in the country and do some filming and then come back. It just allows us to edit the videos in a bit of a nicer environment rather than out in the middle of nowhere, which we've done, and we can do in Elsie.
Yeah.
Allows us to fix a car, recharge the batteries. Like living on the road full time is great, but
it's a lot. I think it's a mindset.
It's that, but running a business.
Yeah.
And living on the road full time, that's a whole nother kettle of fish. And like we need to get back and we need to do admin and all the boring business stuff. Like that's the thing now.
You can do it on the road, but you then have to set aside time to do that on the road. Go to a library, go to a cafe, sit down for hours at a time, which I guess we do when we come home now.
Yeah, exactly.
If we're not doing it on the fly as much, so
I mean, traveling for us has changed now, where it's a job, and I mean we still love it and enjoy it, but it definitely just it changes sort of how you do it. So for some people that they would just hate that. We know some people who do films and if that was how they were traveling, they probably wouldn't enjoy it. So, but for us, we really enjoy it. So yeah.
A lap, but broken up lap.
Broken up lap.
Just more travels.
Yeah, we'd really love to do, because we've done the sort of the easy lap,
Yeah.
Love to do
the remote stuff.
The Simpson, Canning Stock, Arnhem Land, Cape York, and get into four driving and exploring maybe a bit more. We went the easy way, which is just the setup we had. We were new to it, so keen to get to those more remote places and like make some films in those kind of locations. I think that's the next step for us and probably the next step for our viewers as well.
What is the biggest challenge about going full time with YouTube?
Trying to find a balance. Trying to find a balance of sort of making videos, dealing with sponsors, and trying to do it in a way that you please the most amount of people. You're never going to please everyone.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we've had a few sponsors come forward. Like one recently was one for a VPN company, which is something to do on the internet. And I mean, you know, they're waving sort of money in your face, and you sort of think, you know, that could be rent, that could be some food or bills. Like it's like the most basic stuff, but it just doesn't make any sense for our audience. Like it's hard. Like Skillshare for us, I mean, that's going to be at the end of this video. That is, you know, they are sponsoring this one. They're a bit easier because I believe in that, and I think learning stuff.
And we use it. So
I think that's easy. The biggest challenge is, it's honestly just probably for us making money at this stage. Just making cash. Like it's
and YouTube's very ruthless. If you stop posting, you need to be consistent with videos, which for us at the moment has been pretty hard because we've been so busy trying to do so many things to make enough money to continue to do this. So it's pretty ruthless in that kind of respect.
Yeah, YouTube's a business.
Yeah.
Google owns it's a business, and they're there to make money. They're not really there to entertain people, and like it's business. They're to make money. So what YouTube wants people to do is get on YouTube and watch content that has their bums in the seat, eyeballs on the screen for as long as possible. So they push that content. So if creators are doing a clickbaity title and a thumbnail, it's out of necessity. It might not necessarily sort of what they want to do, but it's what they have to do. And I think Tyler Thompson spoke about it recently because people are asking him, put your locations in your thumbnails and all that. And he said, well, no, I've got to do it this way. So it's just...
It gets more views,
Just gets views. Yeah, so for us right now, it's just money, just trying to make ends meet. So for us, we've got all these tiny little streams of income sort of from heaps of different sources coming in. And it's probably, we're throwing a whole heap of stuff out there, seeing what sticks, and we'll probably focus on that. But the channel has to be a focus because the roll-on effects of it are probably the biggest sort of rewards. So that's a challenge, just finding a balance.
Yeah. Do you want kids? Would you travel with them? So we
absolutely.
want kids. So that's why we'd probably one day look at getting a caravan and traveling around with them. People always say that it's good that we've done this at our age without kids. You can travel with kids, but it's just a whole added kind of element. So we do want kids. That'll happen in probably the next couple of years, and then take them around.
Won't be throwing them in the back of Elsie, as that's played as a two-seater.
Yeah, we'd have to get it
re-engineered with the second row seats, which I've seen done in a 40 series, but
I actually reckon it would be kind of cool just to have that as like a family. Like you could take the kids around.
As a little camping option. You wouldn't want to sit the kids in there for 8 hours or 10 hours like we do in that thing. They'd go mad.
Go into Kosciuszko National Park. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Be a cool little adventure car for the kids, he gets to get in the troopy. But, I mean, the most logical choice for us would probably be something like a Prado or a Hilux, a new Hilux. Just comfortable. Just something comfort, reliable, just new. So that would 100%. We'd love a van. Love to travel with kids. I reckon that'd be fantastic.
Yes, that's definitely the next kind of phase when that all happens.
Yeah, well, a new car, after we've done some travelling in Elsie, it'd be a new car, and then get a van to attach that new car.
Yeah.
Anyway, see how we go. See how we go.
See if we're still going by then.
Can't bloody afford them at the moment.
Yeah. Any regrets with Elsie? I don't think so.
No regrets. At the end of the day, 40-year-old car.
But it's running really well.
Yeah. Running great at the moment. At the end of the day, though, it's a 40-year-old car. They were uncomfortable from factory, and it was neglected in the paddock for 12 years. When you're buying something like that, you can't really complain about it. Oh, jeez. So, look, I don't mind the noise. I don't mind the bumps. I don't mind all the little weird things that just goes along with owning an old car like that.
Like the flooding.
The water dripping on my feet as we're driving. The one thing, we sound like a broken record. We just whinge about it all the time, but aircon, and we just want, and I'm trying to find parts just to string it all together.
that's the one thing. It's just a hot car. It runs
It's just hot. After 6 hours plus driving, it's hot. It's pumping hot air from that engine right up into your eyeballs.
I am going to get a thermometer and take it into the car one day just so we can see.
Some of the vents, it's so hot. So that's why we're going to Tassie in winter. That's why we're so keen for winter travelling. Yes, winter. We can actually go for some. Well, even though we've still done massive drives in Elsie when it's hot. We did Chim at the Port Macquarie in a day in Elsie and far out. Yeah, it was I didn't
think I could make it.
It was muggy hot, and we were just It was.
So
so we are whinging really, no regrets for Elsie. At the end of the day, she's become part of the channel now. It's part of our brand. Part of our brand. And when people come up and they just love it.
Yeah, it was cool to see at the 4-wheel drive show.
And I tell you what, if the prices keep increasing the way they are with them, we're going to have to stop driving it soon. Yeah. So one person put up this is a bit of a ridiculous price. Hey, I would want to get the most for a second-hand car as well, but someone put up a HJ47 Troop Carrier, same as ours. Look, it's in really good nick, but it was 100 grand?
100 grand.
100 grand? No one's going to.
It was an 82, wasn't it?
I don't know. 84, I think. Anyway, last night. But I would want the sweat from the Japanese workers still in there. I want the smell from Japan. I want this thing to be the most original, last one off the line ever made for 100 grand. Anyway, crazy stuff. So no regrets with Elsie. Yeah, it's just come a long way. It's helped the channel a lot as well.
Yeah. Okay. This is a funny one. What boss level did you unlock when a current affair paid you? That was epic.
That was really satisfying. Yeah. Just to be annoying and make a stupid video and just embarrass them a bit.
The fact that they aren't admitting that they did anything wrong but still paid us. It's so satisfying.
Hey, $1,000 is nice. Yeah. It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
It's probably not what it was actually worth, especially from a company anyway, but at the end of the day, look, it was great. We actually got a lot of people commenting, come here from Media Watch. We actually got a decent little sort of bump in subs just from people seeing it and just I don't usually watch his stuff, but sub just to spite a current affair. So funny stuff. Yeah. Funny stuff. Rig reviews with our Troopy 47 and 55, and they're done. Love to do an Iron Pig. Far out. They're so cool. They years ago, everyone just thought they were the ugliest things ever. Now they're just cool. Yeah. So rig rundowns. That's actually another thing I'd love to do.
Do more.
Easy for us. Easy for people to watch. Brings new people to the channel. So if you're actually, if you're in the Riverina and you think you have a really cool 4-wheel drive, it doesn't actually have to be cool. It doesn't have to be off its nuts, sort of crazy 4-wheel drive. Even just a basic rig that you travel around in.
Even a van or a bus or anything.
Bus, anything. Yeah, we'd love to see it. That was the point of the rig rundowns. Hopefully that there's, I might get some really cool cars on, but also I just want some normal things that the everyday person goes around in, just for other ideas for people. So in the Riverina, hit us up, and if you want to do a rig rundown, that'd be cool.
Cool. All right. Do you rely on sponsors for builds or get work while you're traveling?
I don't think we don't rely on sponsors for builds.
It helps.
It definitely helps.
What we say is sponsorship. When we're sponsored with gear, it doesn't pay the groceries.
Yeah, a nice shiny something doesn't buy you groceries, doesn't pay the bills.
But it does help the car. Yeah. And
it's money we don't have to spend on the car. But look, sponsorship is no free ride. We have to make up the value of that product in some way, shape or form, whether that be in our time, work, mentions the product. So honestly, the easiest and most convenient way to get gear is definitely not starting a YouTube channel. It's going to the shops and buying it. Yeah. I mean, we've spent tens of thousands of dollars on the channel, 15 grand worth of camera gear, computers, thousands of hours of admin, editing, time. It adds up to be a lot more than what the gear's worth. So, but hey, it really helps. It really helps. But I mean, Elsie, we still spent, personally on it, we've spent tens of thousands of dollars on it. That's just the small things, doing it up. And some things, you're never going to get sponsors for. So, and then we're trying to sort of work with sponsors now a bit more, just sort of like, we're happy to pay for gear as long as it's the gear we want.
Yeah.
Sort of meet in the middle with them. So
make it work for both parties.
Yeah, I mean, we're working with small businesses. We're a small business, so we don't want to just be influencers that just want stuff for free.
Yeah.
So we like to meet in the middle and see what we can do with people. So yeah, I mean, I suppose in the future we would have to factor in sponsors.
Yeah.
As part of the build. You would.
Yeah.
Now that we've got these companies that we really like working with, we'd go with them again because we know we really like it and it's good gear.
Yeah.
So, we'd factor it in for the next sort of new car build for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Only a few more left. We'll be in Australia for our honeymoon. Which places do you suggest? Wild, beach, desert, and unique?
Travelling
Uluru.
again, eh?
Yeah. Definitely Uluru. It's very special.
Red Centaur is just... It's you've just got to see it. I don't know. There's something about just the desert.
Flinders Ranges, got to see.
Yep, and I'd say Broome if you're looking for something like unique up around Broome. I mean, you could do the horizontal falls. Not that we did it, but we heard it's amazing.
Yeah.
But I mean, probably a good little honeymoon place. It'd be some nice places to stay. Cape Leveque. Anywhere up in Queensland. Anywhere around Australia, but up in Queensland. I mean, up around Noosa, and that's really, really pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty busy.
And not that we've been there, but up, what's it called? Great Barrier Reef and stuff.
Oh yeah, Great Barrier Reef, Daintree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be incredible around there. So sum it up. Broome, Red Centaur, Daintree, that would probably tickle your boxes. Flinders Ranges, I'd tickle your boxes for somewhere in Australia.
Yeah. Cool. So there's just a question about budget. I guess, so we did write an ebook which kind of outlaid our budget for our big lap. At the moment, for budgeting, we don't really have anything because, we just go on trips when we can afford to, and
and it's paid for via the channel now. So for us, we're happy to spend a bit more. And but when we originally went, we had a real tight budget. We were spending $400 a week.
Yeah, that's because we were living off savings. But at the moment, I think when we started doing a few trips recently, we worked off at about $650 a week. But then that was completely blown out when our bearings went and this and that. So I don't know. If you haven't got a copy of it, grab our ebook. We kind of explain everything for the lap and what we budgeted for there. What I think in there, you've got a few different tiers, like very cheap, a moderate budget, and then if you want to lash out once a week. So
and we've just got a few little tips of we went to people some people keep spreadsheets and I had someone comment and then they're like, it's not really much of a budget plan. I want to know, did you buy coffees here? And I'm like, we didn't record that. We don't record every coffee we buy. And if you did, I reckon I'll go mad. We just had a set amount every week. We would go from our normal accounts into a spending account. We'd have its own debit card. So you'd have $600 a week or whatever in that account. And you spend that money on the week. And if you go over that budget, you know about it because you have to transfer money into it. Yeah. Physically go and do it. Or if you don't spend all that money that week, you just, when the next 600 comes in, you'll have $650 or something for that week. So it's a great way to keep you honest. You're not just sort of spending money randomly out of your savings account. So that's probably the biggest budgeting tip. Yeah. It's just, what you're going to be throwing into the account every week, know how much you got. Yeah. And keeps it easy. You don't have to worry about doing spreadsheets.
How to start up freelance media work? Good question. So we have started doing freelance media work through a company, and this company we do work for in the 4-wheel drive space. So it was just, we've literally have fallen into it because we're set in a place. But I don't know. I'm sure you could find something through Seek or
just starting. Yeah. Just doing call outs. Just maybe get a few jobs done. So just start. Like I said, we're working with local councils to do some videos.
Just offer your
real
services,
estate. Maybe there might be a photographer in town or something that you could do some admin for. It's just annoying. It's just a hard thing. You just got to start. Just start. Maybe jumping online and having a look what's out there on Fiverr or something. It could be some editing work. I know there's video editing on Fiverr. That's probably pretty saturated kind of a space, but for us, it's been a really long process. We sort of started a YouTube channel. We got sort of proficient at editing and we got enough gear that we can sort of do commercial work now. So it's probably just investing in the right gear for the work you want to do. But yeah, so we're in the 4-wheel drive space. We're doing some work with a 4-wheel drive media company. So it's all in that space. It's just who people you meet, and you just gotta start. I don't know, it's probably not the greatest advice, but yeah.
Just, I don't know, put feelers out.
Yeah.
Toilet set up while free camping.
Try to stay at a campsite with a toilet. It's always a plus. Sometimes you're just not gonna get a camp with that. Now, I don't know, I don't want to be, I don't know, I don't want to ruin campsites. Like, I hate going to a campsite and you see like toilet paper. It's the worst. So I don't want to be like that. But I mean, if you've got to go in the bush, just dig a foot-hole, bury it.
As deep as you can dig.
But we didn't have a toilet. We didn't have a little chemical toilet or anything. We just didn't have the space for it. And just be mindful of it, I think. Just try and stay at a place with a toilet. And then just try and do the right thing. And then try and keep the bush nice and just good for everyone else. I think that's probably, biggest bit of advice I would say. But
we did get asked it. We've been asked this a few times when we camped along the Nullarbor. Obviously, no toilets there, and people did ask because there's nothing, absolutely nothing. But what we did was the next day got in the car and just drove to the next rest stop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just cop it.
Yeah.
Nullabor's a big place as well, so.
Yeah. Just hold on. All right, so last question. Places you wish you spent more time and places you wouldn't spend any time. I think probably I wish we spent more time on our lap itself. It was quite rushed and dictated by a few things, family things, weddings, just a few things. So I get pretty jealous of people who do travel and they have all the time in the world and it doesn't matter. Yeah,
it'd be nice to just take the time a bit more and be able to sort of sit in a camp for a couple of days and enjoy the beach or something. So, look, there's heaps of places like we haven't been. I mean, we want to go back to Tassie. Like, you could just explore that place for ages. So that's coming soon.
We've really done nothing of Queensland.
Nothing of Queensland, New South Wales, and Victoria. Yeah, and then barely any of Western Australia. We've seen nothing. We've seen nothing. It looks like we haven't. We really haven't been many places at all. Yeah. So I think for us, it's just like probably just seeing some places that we haven't been and going to some of those more remote locations. Yeah. So I think that's the next sort of thing I want to do. I want to get really out there. Yeah. Set up a vehicle for that. Like, Elsie could do it, that's fine, but I'd have to sort of go that next level in handiness when it comes to vehicle.
Bush mechanics.
Bush mechanic. So, I mean, we are considering the Simpson. We'd probably be happy to do that in Elsie, but we hopefully have a few people along with us, which would be good. One of those people, hopefully, Holly's old man, which is a bush mechanic through and through. If you bring all the spare parts, and he could probably do anything. So, be more than happy to do it with him. So, places that we wouldn't visit again.
Not really any I can think of. I guess because if we went somewhere, if we didn't like it, you could just leave.
I mean, there's some camps you go to and some caravan parks and you think, geez, this is feral, hey. I mean, actually, there's a few towns in Australia we went to. Yeah. We drove through and we just think, wow, that was pretty rough.
Wouldn't go back there.
Wouldn't go back. But we won't name them just in case some people live here, live there. Anyway.
But I think you've got the freedom, if you don't like it, to just move on, and I suppose we probably did that. So yeah, I think just overall more time everywhere. Really.
Anyways, we've been talking for a while. Might start wrapping it up. All right. Track credit over comfort. So we got some more of these in stock. Yeah. Just got more merch in stock. Just from the show, we had a bit of stuff left over. So if you're keen for some merch, for some fresh threads, hit that up. And you want to get these are pretty cool. Pretty happy with this.
Yeah. New stubby coolers.
OLT stubby coolers.
They are 100% Aussie made.
How good's that? That's really cool.
Yeah,
so,
and what we want to do with these is once you get one, take a photo of your beer or your drink, whatever you have in it, wherever you are, and we just want to kind of get a collage of photos together. Cool. Yeah.
And the exotic locations they travel. That'd be pretty nice. So, thanks very much for watching. We're going to wrap this video up just by finishing with today's sponsor, Skillshare. So, Skillshare is an online learning platform with thousands of courses available. They set it out in a really easy to watch format. So, even if you've just got a little bit of time in the day, you can jump on the computer and learn something. it's not just limited to videography. I mean, there's some stuff on there. So much stuff. Creative writing,
art, cooking.
Yes,
heaps of stuff.
like organisation. There's so many things. So, and from some really good, good teachers in those industries as well.
So it is also really affordable, being less than $10 a month. But if you click the link in the description below, you will get a free trial of premium membership.
Yeah, that's for the first 1,000 people who click the link.
If you want to grab any merch, feel free to head to our website. We'll put a link up or in the description and up the top here. Hopefully this has given you some more insight into our plans for this year and hopefully in the future and what we want to do, and the fact that we're still sticking at this.
Traveling. We're sorry that we sort of haven't been really consistent with the videos. Hopefully that'll come. We're just so busy just trying to sort of keep our heads above water with it all. But next to it's videos, just traveling and just getting some nice films for you guys. But
we appreciate you watching every week, and if you're new here, if you come from Media Watch especially, make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video. And we'll see you in the next one.
See you guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.